This is Angelina Jordan singing Unchained Melody, Portsmouth, New Hampshire, September 22nd, 2023. Complete, it says, which is, there's a reason why that's there, because there aren't very many that I know of complete recordings of the Angelina singing this song. So this is from BigAngieFan. He's a loyal and dedicated Angelina fan and has been for many years, long time, and does a lot of great videos and stuff like that. Goes to Angelina's concerts, travels. He's a big fan. BigAngieFan is the title of his YouTube channel, but it's also the title of his life, I think, too, like mine. So I just wanted to say that because I was here. I was standing right outside this place. Went in, saw the concert. I actually did a live stream. I was going up and down the crowd, talking to people as they were filing in with their tickets. I also did a little bit afterwards, and I did some earlier in the day. There was a meet and greet, and I did a live stream there. What I was trying to do is I was trying to capture the essence of the day for those that couldn't make it. Okay. Trying to capture the energy and the excitement in the air, the love for Angelina, the love for, I guess, maybe for music too. I also was at the Dancing Angels in the Park earlier in the day where we did some dancing to Angelina's song, and it was I put it in the title, my best day ever. The only caveat to that is the day that my kids were born, I was in the room when they were born. You know, of course, I'm not doing the majority of the work, but I was there, and witnessing a child being born. That's a whole different category. That can't even be considered to be the best day. It is the best. That is without exception the best day of anybody's life, to stare in that room and that there's a baby being born. So, yeah, and especially when it's your baby, right? So you had, that goes. I think that should go without saying. But somebody will say, "Well, don't you have kids? Weren't you there when the kids were born?" That's a different planet of best day ever. Okay, it's a whole different thing, in my opinion. Okay, so what I could do is write in the title, yeah, this was my best day ever, except for when I was there witnessing my kids be born, and blah 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 blah. And by the time I get done writing all that kind of stuff, you guys will be asleep. Okay, so yeah, I think some things you can just let go without having to say too much, And I just went and said too much that I didn't really need to say. I may cut that out of there. Who knows? So the point is this: of my normal earthly days, this was the best day ever. Why was it the best day ever? The entire experience, it's one of those things, everybody's had these moments in time where there's a day or a period of time or an event or something where everything falls into place. Everything is right with the world. And everything goes the way it's supposed to go. Everybody's had those days. And then we have also had the other days when there's nothing goes right, okay? And, we get those too, But this one, being around Angelina fans all day long, being around Angelina people all day long, talking to Angelina, talking to concert, talking this, talking that, talking to each other. And the whole thing was everybody positive, love, kindness. We were trying to set up over at the park. People were volunteering out of nowhere to help move picnic tables and do this, that, and the other thing that we had to do at the park. In fact, we had so many people moving the picnic tables. We had to tell some people to move away so we could actually move the picnic table. There's people standing in the way that wanted to help, and that's fine. You know what? I love that stuff. I love when there's that much enthusiasm, that much people that want to help. Because there are those times, too, when you go do something like that, you don't have enough people to move the picnic table, because they were heavy, heavy picnic tables. So, anyway, that's just one thing. But then the participation, we had the Dancing Angels in the Park. A bunch of people came, just Angelina fans, people. I think a couple of them were just out there for a walk, and they jumped in too. And it was a little ways from the venue. It was on an island, a little island, very picturesque, beautiful. Steve Ackerman, Barry Sauter, and Bob Palmer did a fantastic job. James Thiel too was there. Wasn't asked to be there, to do anything specific, but he was there and he recorded, and he got some great footage, really great footage. And it's a good thing he was, because the live stream thing was, we got some good picture, but we got no sound. That was probably on me. I can't blame anybody else for that. I should have been more attentive to that. So I'll take the blame for that. So you got a live stream with no sound. But we had sound from other sources. We were able to put something together, and I guess it was okay at the end. It just was unfortunate that it didn't all happen at once. But, these things happen when you do stuff live, and you're amateurs and you're doing the best you can, but you don't have a lot of experience. So let's go back to this video. So Big Angie fan. Oh, yeah, by the way, being around Angelina fans, everybody is smiling, upbeat, happy to be there, joyful with the experiences coming up. It was just unbelievably positive and full of love, and it's just something you just don't find all the time. Not me, okay? And it was an unbelievable experience the whole entire day. The concert, of course, was the cherry on top, and this song in particular, Angelina, this one we're going to watch right now, was about, it wasn't actually the end. It was near the end, closer to the end, probably 3/4 of the way or more through the concert, and brought the house down, of course. This one, everybody stood up. Everybody was tears, yelling for, just yelling for yelling's sake. It was unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I mean, I've been to concerts before, and I've been with loud, rowdy crowds and all that sort of stuff, but not, this was an emotional, joyful, I don't know, maybe even in a lot of ways stunned crowd with what they just heard. And you're going to hear it right now. Picture yourself up close and personal seeing this live. It's not anything you can explain to anybody. You have to go see it. Hopefully you guys will all be going to Vegas on the 29th of February and to see Angelina. It just amazes me to this day that how many people do not know Angelina Jordan. They've never heard of her, don't know anything about her. So are they going to that concert? Probably not, because they don't know who that is, right? The only way they'll go to a concert like that is if they happen to be in Vegas and they want to go out and see something, and they said, hey, let's try this out, okay? That's how that's going to happen. It's going to be a random experience. But, for anybody that can get to the concert, please show your support of Angelina by getting tickets. You can get them on Ticketmaster. Now, I'm not being paid to say this. Nobody asked me to say it. I'm just saying it because I'll tell you what, it was the best experience. It's the best, besides my kids being born, it was the best experience of my life, period. Okay? So, not just the concert, but the whole day. But, the concert was a big part of it, and that was the reason we were all there, to hear Angelina sing live. And that was my first time hearing her sing live, and it was for some of the other people there too. Not everybody, but some of the other people. So, let's move on with the show. Oh, so this is Angelina Jordan singing Unchained Melody. There's a whole backstory. I did a couple videos on Unchained Melody a little while ago about the story of the song. Angelina also sang this at the Nobel Peace Prize Awards just recently, and did a completely different version than what you're going to hear here, because it was a different event and a different purpose. Angelina has an artist's genius knack of molding her performance to fit the occasion sometimes. So I guess we just might as well go ahead and listen. I'm probably going to be crying shortly after it starts, and probably all the way to the end, because so let me put this on full screen so you guys can't see me crying in the background. If you hear some sniveling and stuff like that, that'll be me. And I think it's time to get busy without me talking, okay? Let's go. Let's watch.
Oh, my love, my darling, and time goes by so slowly, and time can do so much. I
so the fella behind my picture here that's BigAngieFan, Chris Walker. Yeah, we can stop it here, I guess. No, I got to have Angelina in the picture. I can't not do Angelina in the picture. I'm sorry. Let's try here. That's a good spot. Can't see Angelina's face. Let me get a close-up of Angela's face. If there is any. Yeah, I guess not. The end, maybe? Oh, that one will work right there. Okay, Angelina's done singing. So, yeah, I was crying the whole way through. More sometimes than at others. Especially the ending was just. By the time we all got there, we were already primed up, you know. And then you heard the response of the audience and the crowd. You know, everybody was mesmerized during the performance, and I mean, you know, literally you could hear the pin drop. You know, if somebody were to drop a pin, and everyone was just enthralled with the whole thing. Now, of course, people that went to the concert for the most part were Angelina fans, so I guess naturally there's going to be that element to it. But yeah, Angelina's just, she blew us away, those that were there. And this probably got the biggest response from the audience, but there were several standing ovations. There were people saying things out in the crowd to Angelina. The venue only held 895 people. It was sold out. But it's fairly intimate, you know, close. There's not too many. If there's any bad seats, they're off in the corners and up in the balcony and stuff. But generally speaking, everybody was right in the show, you know, right close. So it was a beautiful experience from that regard too. I was over on the right hand side here. My cursor's over here. I was over in this area, a third row, right next to an aisle. Where there's one other person, Steve Ackerman, was next to me. He was on the aisle, and I was the next one in. And because of the way the aisles were configured and the seats were configured, we had a clear open shot with no heads or nobody else in the way, all the way to where Angelina was on stage. So it was a beautiful place to sit, actually. And we got a little bit of a side version, not too far different from what this picture is right here. We were a little farther over, but not a lot. So, yeah, the performance itself is spectacular. Her rendition, by slowing it way, way, way down, is just gives a chance for her to put more emotion in the song and more, you know, her controlled vocals, you know, and her sustains with certain notes and so on, just beautiful. Then the high note at the end, you know, it's just, I mean, you kind of wait for that for the whole song. Some singers don't do that high note, you know, they take different routes. But Angelina is afraid of nothing when it comes to music. She'll do anything that she puts her mind to and what she feels like she needs to do to make the song right. And otherwise, you won't hear her sing the song, right? She'll pick a different song. But she did 18 songs in this performance, this being one of them. And every one of them was great. And I got emotional just being there. She took the stage, and I was already crying. I was like, man. And I tell this story, I don't know if people believe it or not, but it's absolutely true. By the end of her show, I think there were 3 more songs after this one. If I might be wrong. I'll be corrected in the comments, believe me. So I was dehydrated to a point. I was busy all day long, and I didn't, you know, people say take care of yourself, make sure you dehydrate and all that. Yeah, well, I didn't listen, and I seldom do. But I know better than to go without drinking water. But I didn't get it, I didn't have it, and I didn't have time to go looking for it. So I got, after this one, I was pretty well wrung out. I don't think I had much left. I did have some tears for the next song, and then after that, it was like a dry well, you know. My body wanted to cry, but there was nothing to give. So that was my experience there at the concert. Right after this, I went and I begged the concession guy for a glass of water. I didn't have my wallet on me. They wanted to charge, I don't know, $2.50, $3 for a glass of water. It's like, okay. I said, well, I mean, please. You know, I'm dehydrated. I haven't had any water. You know, some nice lady right there nicely asked the bartender. I wasn't being mean. I just was really, I can't get a glass. I got to buy a bottle of water, right? I said, I just need some water right now. I don't have any money, credit cards, nothing on me. Which I didn't. I wasn't going there to buy stuff, you know. I was going there to watch the concert, right? So, anyway. Stupid me. But this was beautiful. And being there live, it can't be put into words, I don't think. I've been trying since the concert in September to tell this story about this whole day. And it's a struggle, man. Me, of all people, who can't be quiet for 2 seconds on these videos and live in person too. This is me right here. I just got back from pickleball this morning, and I'm there, and when I'm not playing pickleball, and even while I'm on the court, I'm pacing back and forth up along where people are sitting in the bleachers waiting their turn, and I'm talking to everybody, okay? Non-stop, man. I don't know where all that came from. But the concert here, I mean, I can't say enough. There were some criticisms of certain things about the concert, whatever. You know what I was focusing on? Angelina's voice. If there were some other things that were going haywire on the peripherals, well, so what? You know, I wasn't paying attention. You know, some people were criticizing the band and things like that. You know, I'm not here for the band. All right, I'm not here for the band. Okay, they didn't take away my focus off of Angelina, not for a second, not 1 second. Okay, now the only time they did take my focus away is earlier in the concert. There was an issue. Something went haywire at the beginning of a song, and Angelina said, "Stop," you know, and she was not going to go not one note further until that was resolved. And they started back up again, and it was the same thing. She said, "Stop." This time she gave a glance off to the side, and I don't know who she was glancing at over this way, that way, off by where the drums are, but over on the side. She gave a glance over there to somebody, and it was like, ooh, I don't want that kind of glance. And it was like one of those kind of glances like, this needs to be fixed right now, okay? And she made it clear she wasn't going that one step further until it was something to do with, there was like a backing track there that the band had been practicing to, and they kept hitting that button for some reason. And Angelina said, I only sing live, something like that. I don't remember the exact words, but she made it clear that she was not singing. She doesn't do backing tracks when she's out and doing a performance. It's all live music. So that she was, she made it very clear that was not going to happen. Okay, so anyway, but she handled that. She wasn't mean. She wasn't nasty. She wasn't demanding. You know, it was just she made it clear. Stop. Fix it. It happened again. Look over to the sidelines, and it got fixed. Okay, so whatever it was got fixed immediately at that point. So anyway, and then on with the show. You know, as if nothing happened. She's a professional. At this age, she's 17 here at this concert. Okay, so I'm going to quit talking. I could talk forever, as you know. And we're going to move on to the next thing. This is Angelina singing Unchained Melody. She's done several versions of it. I picked this one because it's, to me, the ultimate. It's live. And she slowed it down even more than she did in any other performance that I've seen to date. And it's all Angelina. You know, it's just beautiful. And part of the reason for that is she did the Nobel Peace Prize. It was beautiful too, but it was beautiful in a little bit different way. Here, it's her performing for her audience, her fans. So she changed it up, and boy, did she do a great job. So, next I'll do an Elvis cover of Unchained Melody. He did several. Most of the ones I found before I came over here to do this video were later in his career. Most of the stuff from earlier in his career was just the audio only. I'd prefer to do, even though it's later in his career, I prefer to do the live version. So we got, you know, we're looking at a live version with a live version. I think that's more appropriate for some reason. But later in his career was later in his career, so you know there's that. But and I'm not trying to cherry pick Angelina's best in her prime, with Elvis in his at the tail end of his career. It's not it. When you hear Elvis sing this song, the beginning of it, and all the way up through the middle, to me, awesome, spectacular, way better than I might expect at that point in his career. And when you see him too, it's kind of sad actually, but. He, I think this was the year he retired actually. 77? I think it was 77, right? But his voice, sometimes they say about really good singers, sometimes their voice is the last thing to go. I think who's out there still singing? Tony Bennett and some people like that, right? They're still out there, 90 years old, still singing. So, sometimes with the older singers like that, they can't remember the lyrics, so they got to have prompters. Frank Sinatra was that way. His voice was still there, but he couldn't remember the lyrics to beat the band. He used to have all kinds of prompters, and that's okay. You know, that's not a bad thing. So, let me get out of here. Okay, this is just, I don't want to leave. You know, it reminds me, she just brought me back to Portsmouth again. Unbelievable. She's a time machine as well as a musical prodigy. So that's that. I'm going to give it up. We'll see you on the next video. Next one I post after this will be Elvis. Next one I post after that will be the two performances together. And they probably will not mash up at all as far as overlapping. If I find a couple of notes here and there that do, I'll put them together, but I probably won't do much of it. I don't think it's, I'd rather pay respect to both artists by keeping their performance somewhat intact. I think breaking it down in small pieces, though, you can hear the artist's choice for how they sing different parts of it close together. So you can say, well, he went high, he went low, whatever. You know, you can just kind of marvel at the choices that they make as musical talents, okay? All right, that's it. Now I'm really going. That's like the 5th warning, right? So have a good day, good night, good morning, whatever it is, wherever you are. We'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.